What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today I am coming in with a video for you guys talking about how to pass drug tests. Now, this is something that I mentioned in my 9K special, and I got a ton of comments asking to make this video, so it seems like this was a concept that you guys would like to hear about. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video. I hope this does help you guys out. Drop a like, and also I want to mention real quick that I am not encouraging anyone to do this. I'm not encouraging anyone to follow this video. This is purely, for informational purposes, and that's all. So anyways, let's dive into the topic. So how to pass drug tests. Now, in this video, I'm going to be covering two kinds of drug tests because they're the most common. I'm going to be talking about mouth tests like saliva or cheek swabs or things like that, and urine tests. I'm not going to be covering hair or blood because if you get drug tested with a hair test or a blood test, you're in some serious shit. I don't know what places use those. I've never encountered one. And honestly, with hair tests, I've heard the best way to do it is like you're going to have to fuck up your hair. Like you're going to have to shave. Like just go full bald, basically. And with blood tests, I don't know, fucking make yourself bleed to death, dude. I don't fucking know. But either way, anyways, let's dive into it. So I'm going to be mainly talking and focusing on weed and like if you have THC in your system, but THC stays in your system typically, especially with piss tests, a lot longer than other drugs. Now, it's not that way with saliva or mouth tests, but with piss tests, weed stays for ages, whereas other drugs get out pretty quick. So I'm going to start with the urine test, and with a piss test, there's a couple things you can do to pass it. I mean, first off, no shit, no brainer, avoid the drug, but that's not, I mean, clearly if you're watching this video, that's not really an option. So you've either chosen to do the drug, or you've chosen, or maybe you just got a random drug test and you don't have enough time to even get your system clean. So there's a couple things you could do to pass urine tests. I've been urine tested all the time, and I've yet to fail a drug test. I've failed one, but I didn't prepare for it. I didn't really care. Like, it was completely irrelevant to me. But basically what you want to do is drink a fuck ton of water as soon as you find out you're going to be getting tested, and piss as much as you can. Like, literally inhale water. There's a certain amount. I'm not quite sure what the exact amount per day is, but just drink a lot. Like, make sure you know you are drinking more water. When you go down to grab something to drink and you want to grab a soda or something, get water instead. Just continually drink water and piss as much as you can. Clear out your system. That is like one of the most helpful things. It can drastically shorten the amount of time it takes your system to get clean from THC or like really any drug. Just chug water leading up to the test. Now, you can also they have these quote unquote detox things, these little like kind of, they're like a mix of a drink and pills, and they sell these at like GNCs and a lot of like, supplement stores. There's a lot of those stores around, and the kits are about $40 to $50 around, but these kits do work. I've actually used these before, and if there's one in particular, if they have a money-back guarantee, I would definitely buy it. But these kits, what they do is they don't get the THC out of your system. It's called a detox kit because you're drinking a bunch of vitamin B and like a couple other things that will dilute your piss enough but keep it yellow so it looks legit, not like you just chugged a bunch of water. Because if you go take a piss test and you drank too much water and your piss is just clear, they're going to say you diluted your sample and they're not going to take it. Even if like it's genuine piss, they're not going to take it. That does happen a lot. But these program things, like these little drinks, these detox drinks or whatever, they call them like detox programs or whatever, but they're basically like these little detox drinks that are like $50, and they do genuinely work. I've used one before. I haven't used too many, but I've heard from friends that they do typically work. And in my experience, I drank one right before the test. I followed all the instructions on the box, and I had smoked 2 days prior, so like there was no way I was going to pass this piss test, and I passed. I passed the test with flying colors. Like, I did not drop dirty for anything. And my piss was yellow, and it was wonderful, because it looked like a legitimate sample. And, a lot of the urine tests, they also have temperature on them. So, like, a lot of people think they could just put water in it. You can't really do that because there's, like, such a specific range for temperature. However, another thing you can do if you don't want to invest in a detox drink or drink a lot of water is they sell synthetic urine. Now, it's like a powder, and you have to mix it with water, and a lot of them, they come with their own little temperature kits, or you can buy one on the side, so it's like the exact temperature of real piss, and it works pretty good. I've never used synthetic piss, but it does work. Now, if your sample gets sent to a lab, now a lot of times you will know in advance if it will or not, or you can ask and they'll like tell you, but if you get sent to a lab, synthetic piss will not work. However, the detox drink will probably still work. Diluting your piss with a bunch of water might be a little risky if it's getting sent to a lab, but a detox drink will still work at a lab. but synthetic piss will not, because if it gets sent to a lab, they genuinely test and like make sure it's piss. So a lot of them do, at least. Like a lot of labs, in my experience from me getting drug tested, do verify that. Now, those are the three main ways to pass a piss test. You know, I mean, if you're like absolutely know you're going to like drop dirty and know that you can't get the THC out of your system, or you just don't want to, those are the best ways to do it. I would still recommend avoiding smoking at least nearly as much as you were prior to finding out that you're getting dropped. But yeah, now we're going to move on to saliva tests. So mouth tests are very easy, and mouth tests are probably the least concern for people who do just weed, like people who just smoke, but a bigger concern for people who do harder drugs, like, for example, MDMA, cocaine, not acid. Acid can't be detected by that, and anything really but a spine tap, but like MDMA, cocaine, you know, crack, shit like that, like some real hard shit. I believe that opiates as well can be detected, like hydros. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure they can be detected in saliva. But the time for those things to go away is anywhere from like 2 to 5 days, typically, on all those things. By a week, your whole mouth, like your saliva will be clean. You won't have any drugs, no matter how many you did, like in your saliva. But if you do harder drugs, there's a couple things you can do. With THC, it only stays in your saliva for 12 to 24 hours. However, that's not necessarily the most accurate information, because I smoked a blunt about 7 hours before my drug test, my saliva test that I recently just had, and I still passed. However, I would play it safe. Don't smoke for 12 hours before your test, just to be safe, just to be sure. That's really the only way to pass it. But if you have THC in your system and it's a random test, let's say, or like any other drug in your like saliva that you know you've done recently, the best thing to do is there's a couple things. First off, brush your teeth and make sure you scrape the side of your cheeks and your tongue and under your tongue and everything. Like, do a thorough, like, dentist-ass brushing, dude. Like, I'm not kidding. Going to the dentist on the day of your test would probably work wonders, but that's a little excessive. So just brush your teeth, go hard. Like, pretend you are the dentist, dude. Brush everything in your mouth, dude. I'm saying, like, go brazy with it. You know what I'm saying? That typically will help a lot, because like you literally, like, a lot of times if it's not a saliva test, it's like a cheek swab thing mixed with saliva. So it's like it gets your saliva and you have to swab your cheek, but if you brushed it all off, then it's going to definitely reduce the amount of THC in there to nearly undetectable levels if you brush real good. Now, on top of that, also be sure you use mouthwash. Just drink a lot of soda. I've heard that Coca-Cola, like if you just drink a Coke or like a Mountain Dew or something right before, I've heard that helps. I don't really know why, but just brush your teeth really heavy, swirl a lot of mouthwash around in your mouth, and then drink like a soda on the way to your drug test, like 15 minutes before you get tested or whatever. Or like, you know, just stuff like that. Like if it's a random test that just popped up and work says you got to do it on your break, just, I mean, grab a fucking soda and brush your teeth real quick. I mean, you know, just do that shit. Alternatively, I've heard that you can put bleach in your mouth. Now, I wish I was kidding. I've never done this, never heard of anyone doing this, but I was reading online and like a lot of people were saying, yeah, just swish like a little cap full of bleach around in your mouth with some water and it'll like completely annihilate the THC. Now, I'm not recommending that. I'm not saying drink bleach. Don't fucking do that. Just do what I recommended. But typically, all you really need to do is honestly just brush your teeth and like drink a soda. And typically, you know, mouth tests aren't the most accurate thing in the world, so you shouldn't be too worried about that. It's more the urine test that you have to be worried about. And, you know, the tips that I gave about THC with the urine test, that applies to every other drug basically, because THC stays in your piss longer than any other drug that I know of, at least, that like people commonly do. I'm not like, you know, the fucking expert, but from my experience, THC stays in your system the longest. So like if you're able to get THC out of your system, you're getting all the other drugs out too. Like, you know, the methods like the detox drink, that works for other drugs as well, like not just THC. It just dilutes your piss in general. So hope this video does help you guys out. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Drop a like if you did, and I don't know, let me know if any of you learned anything from this, or if you have any similar experiences, let me know as well in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And also, I want to mention real quick, I will be double uploading today. All right, I apologize for not double uploading yesterday. Honestly, I fell the fuck asleep, but I'm double uploading today. So everyone calm down. Okay, take a in out, big breath. All right, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.
Looking down the barrel with that 40 caliber, you can see the ghost of Lucifer looking like he coming after you. I done beat the streets before, feel like I'm on another chapter, but every time I'm in my city, more blood get shed in West Africa. Murders like the Boston Massacre, just another day with I'm on the 38 cock, me crazy James J.